Hello yogis! Today's class is designed to open up your hip area. Hip openers can be a bit intense, so I invite you to modify any asanas that you wish. And just remember, do what feels good to you right now. And we're going to start with more active movements at the beginning of a class to create some heat in our hips and slow down towards the end of a class. So if you're ready, let's begin. At the center of our mat, on our hands and knees, in a tabletop position. Let's take inhale and exhale. And raise your left knee up and move it down. And let's take a few movements just like this, up and down, up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And move your knee in a circle, forward circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And reverse 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your knee up, extend your leg, and place your foot on the mat. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. And let's move in a circle once again. Forward for 1, for 2, for 3, 4, and 5. And let's reverse the circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Bring your knee back to the center. Inhale and exhale. Let's repeat the sequence with your right knee. Raise it up and bring it down. Up and down. Up and down. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take circles forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue. And 9 and 10. And reverse the circles. 1, 2. Continue moving. And 9 and 10. Bring your knee up, extend your leg, and place your foot down on the mat. Take inhale and exhale. And let's take 5 circles forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knee back to the center and let's take one breath. Inhale and exhale. And let's release down on the mat, on the belly. Keep your left knee bent in a 90-degree position. Your right leg straight. You can stack your hands one on top of another and place your forehead down. We're going to stay here for 5 deep breaths. So try to release all uncomfortable sensations in your left glute and left hip. And just surrender to the pose. And wherever you are, take one more big inhale and exhale all the air out. Slowly rise up on your elbows and on your hands and move your left feet over to your right hand. We're coming up to pigeon pose. So your right leg is still straight behind you. Let's stay up in a proud pigeon for 3 breaths. Try to keep your hips square on the same line. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now let's go down on your elbows. Come into a humble pigeon. Release your head down. And take 5 more deep breaths. Exploring your sensation in your left glute, left hip. Now let's take one more inhale and exhale. Nice. Slowly rise up on your hands. Move your back knee closer to the middle and just step your front knee back to a tabletop position. And again, let's go down on the mat, on the belly. And this time, we will keep your right knee on the side in a 90-degree angle. You can stack your hands one on top of another and release your forehead down. Take 5 breaths. Feel your right side this time. And try to find comfort in this pose. Let's take one more big breath in and release. Slowly come up on your elbows and on your hands. Move your right foot over to your left hand. Pigeon pose. And let's stay up in a proud pigeon. Keep your hips like headlights of a car, facing forward on the same level. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Release yourself down on your forearms. Humble pigeon, 5 breaths. Feel the weight on your right side pulling you down, but still try to keep your hips in line. Take one more deep breath in and release. Slowly rise up on your hands. Move your back knee slightly closer to the center of your mat and step back with your right leg. Cross your legs. Find your seated position. And let's go down on the back. And let's take one breath in and one breath out. Bend your knees and bring them up. Keep a 90-degree angle. Cross your right knee over your left knee and try to grab your ankles with your hands. Pull them slightly closer to yourself. Try not to overstretch your shoulders. Shoelace pose, 5 breaths. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly release your ankles and bring your feet down on the mat. And try to move them over to the left side. You can help it with your left hand. Keep your right arm long in a T position. Gaze over to the right side. 5 breaths here. One more inhale. And exhale. Slowly go back to the center and release your feet down on the mat. Keep your left foot down and bring your right foot up to the sky. Grab pinky side of your foot with your right hand and gently push it down. Half happy baby pose. And you can let your left knee fall over to the left side. Make sure both hips are firmly on the floor. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Slowly release your right foot down on the mat. Let's repeat the sequence on the other side. So bring both feet up. Keep your 90-degree angle, and this time cross your left knee over your right knee. Bring them closer to your chest and try to grab your ankles. Five breaths in a shoelace pose. Carefully release your hands and release your feet down on the mat and move them over to the right side, helping wave your right hand. Your left arm is in a T position. Look over to the left and take 5 more breaths. One more breath. Slowly move back to the center and unwrap your legs. This time, your right knee stays on the floor. You raise, your right foot. You raise your left foot up and grab pinky side with your left hand. Gently push down. And again, you have the option to let your right knee fall open. Keep your right hand on your hip. Make sure it's on the floor. Let's take inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And let's raise our right foot up in the sky. Full happy baby pose. Gently push down. Try to bring your knees down to the floor. And take inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more deep breath in and long breath out. And before we finish our practice, option to straighten both legs. Take a breath. And release your feet down on the mat. Take a few windshield wipers. Just move your knees over to the right side and over to the left side, releasing the tension you might create in our practice, but overall you should feel really stretched and open in your hips. And just extend your legs long on the mat. And let's take final breath together. Inhale. Fill your lungs with the air. And pause at the top for a few seconds. And exhale with a sigh. Thank you, yogis, for this wonderful practice. Namaste.